Hello, welcome to Yin Yoga. And today we're going to be getting into the sixth chakra, also known as the third eye chakra. So that's that area right here, right in the center of the forehead or between the eyebrows. This is your intuition center. If you believe in the sixth sense, the clairs like clairvoyance, clairaudience, those kinds of things. Um, kind of telepathic abilities, those kind of things. That all comes from this chakra right here, as well as clarity of the mind. So, as we go through our practice today, we're going to be getting into poses that facilitate those areas. So, that being said, let's go ahead and start. We're going to be on our back in constructive rest pose. So, if you want a little bit of a neck cushion here to start, you can have a pillow or a folded blanket to do that. And so I'm just going to come onto my back, and you want your knees to be bent here, about hip width apart, and just roll the shoulders back a little bit here, just kind of wiggle, 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 just kind of get where you need to get to where you can sink in and come into a little bit of stillness. Now I'm going to take my hands right on the low belly here. You can close your eyes or keep your gaze more towards the ceiling. And as you begin to settle in, taking some deep breaths here. So I will be giving you different affirmations or questions to ponder around this chakra. You can always come to the color of indigo or violet. That is the color of this chakra. Maybe an amethyst type of purple. The amethyst stone is one of the crystals for this chakra as well. Now, as you start to breathe and settle in here, notice that breath. Is that breath calm, smooth, rapid, choppy? Can you find some expansion of the rib cage on those inhales? And as you exhale that air out of the body, maybe feeling the belly sink a little bit deeper towards that spine. And big inhale and expand. And slowly release out. As you keep this breath, is there anywhere in the body that you could soften just a little bit more? So even a constructive breath, as relaxing as this is for me, sometimes I have a tendency to still kind of tighten around the thighs and the hips. Sometimes I tighten around the shoulders. They don't want to always open up. They want to kind of be a little bit lifted and guarded here. And sometimes I can feel tension in the jawline. So it would help if it would help to press your tongue up against the roof of the mouth as you breathe. That might bring a little bit more sense of calm and ease. And as you're ready, very gently, we're going to take the head to the right and to the left. Just gently to the right and to the left. And I want to notice if my shoulder, the opposite shoulder, wants to pop up a little bit when I go to one side. or the other. And the first question I'll give you to ponder is, do I trust my intuition? Do I trust my intuition? And then we'll take the head and neck back center here. One leg at a time, bring those knees into the chest, grabbing behind them. Good. And just a gentle tug, just to find a little bit of length here. Still breathing and expanding. And while here, maybe just roll the ankles in one direction and in the other. Now from here, just releasing the knees a little bit, taking the knees into a tabletop position, knees over the hips, shins parallel to the floor, taking arms out to the side. We're going to take just a little bit of a twist here, taking the knee towards the right, and then trying to keep the left shoulder down as you look to the left. Breathe and expand. Notice what you notice. There's no wrong answers. The only thing that we don't want here is pain. If you feel that, you want to back off. Otherwise, I feel a stretch in my chest. I feel it in the back. I feel it in the neck. And even just a little bit into that left armpit. Where do you feel? What do you feel? Take that head back to center. Let's keep this gentle. Let's take one leg at a time back to center. Grabbing back behind the knees, gently rocking side to side. And we'll take that to the other side. Knees in tabletop, arms out to the side, letting the knees go over to the left. The right shoulder is grounded, maybe looking to the right. Breathing and expanding. Do I trust my intuition? Do I trust what I feel? Do you feel the same or different on this side than you did on the other? For me, it's different. It's more stretchy on the other side, less so for me on this side. And when you're ready on your breath, head's going to come back to center. One leg at a time to center. Grabbing behind once more. Gently rocking side to side. So we're going to transition here. Okay. We want to gently transition over to the side that works best for your body. Good. And I'm going to carefully bring myself up. And then I'm just going to scoot over here. And then I'm going to come onto my belly. We're going to be prone here. I'm going to move this blanket a little bit out of the way. And so from here, we often do Bananasana on our back. We're going to do that a little bit of a different way today. We're going to do that prone on our belly, So from here, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to slide my left leg, because that's the leg closest to you, towards the left. Right leg's going to come alongside it. I'm going to use my hands to pick my upper body up and move it also towards the left, reaching my arms forward. My left hand's going to grab my right hand, and I'm going to kind of pull it gently across. I want my forehead to rest on this right hand here, and I'm going to breathe for a couple minutes. Expanding that side body. You should feel a little bit more opening on the right side. That's the side we're opening. I can see all things with clarity in my mind. I can see all things with clarity in my mind. Again, notice if you're holding anywhere. I just caught myself around the hips. See if you can soften. From here, good, we'll come up. I'm going to release my right hand. I'm going to take my hands under my shoulders. I'm going to gently lift that upper body, coming back to center. And then I'm going to slide my legs back to center. Good, making a little pillow with the hands. Give yourself a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. Trying to let everything reset. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that to the other side. The other side. So from here, my blanket out of the way. Good. I'm going to slide my right leg out to the right. My left leg's going to come alongside it. I'm going to pick up my hands. Good. I'm going to lift. Good. Taking that upper body more towards the right. Walking my hands more towards the right. Now I've got my right hand now. Gentle tugging on the left side. I'm going to pull that left arm underneath. I want my forehead to rest on that left arm. Breathing and expanding here. Now I can feel like I can go a little bit more to my right with my legs on this side. So I just shifted them over a little bit. Expand that rib cage as best as you can. Returning to that question I gave you a few moments ago, do I trust my intuition? Do I trust what I feel? Color violet or amethyst. Once you're ready, good. I'm going to carefully release my left wrist. I'm going to take my hands under my shoulders, taking my upper body back to center, and then I'm going to slide my legs back to center. I'm going to come back to crocodile and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. And from here, when you're ready, we're going to take this right into a child's pose, right into a child's pose. So hands under the shoulders. Good. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Good. And for this one, I also want this to be gentle. So you can take a block here or a folded blanket. And I'm going to use that as a little bit more of a third eye connection here for this one. So as I come down, I'm just going to take that prop right under the forehead. And just breathe and release. It's okay if your chest doesn't touch the floor. It's okay if it does. As we're here for a few moments, if it's safe for you to do so, and some of this is going to depend on how much pressure you've got on the forehead, you could gently rock that forehead side to side. Stay with that breath. Good. Hands under the shoulders, and we'll carefully come up from there. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now I am going to bring a couple blocks in here. Not everybody will use these, but I'm just going to use it to show as an option. So we're going to take a dangle here, a dangle position. So for me, I am able to kind of come up onto my toes and then lift my knees and come up this way. That might not be the best way for you. So find the best way for you to come up onto your feet, about hip width apart, and you want the knees to be bent here. Okay. Now, how long you need to keep your back, is going to depend on you. Now, some people here like a little bit of a prop on the head. I'm going to leave this here for me today. Not everybody needs that. Some people are okay to come and fully dangle. So you kind of, play with what your body needs. My belly button is in. I've got part of my chest and belly resting on my thighs here. And we'll try this one for about a couple minutes as well. So maybe about 10 to 12 good breaths here. And the next affirmation I'm going to give you is all the answers I need, I see within me. All the answers I need, I see within me. And really expand that breath. Now from here, very gently, carefully, you can bend your knees a little bit more as you step one foot behind you, and then the other. You can move any props out of the way if you used any for that. Finding a nice child's pose again. And then once you're ready, we'll come back down onto the belly. And we're going to find a little bit of a Sphinx pose here, just a little Sphinx pose. So I'm going to take my forearms and elbows a little bit forward. My palms are going to be facing down. My legs are hip width apart. My belly button is in. So from here, good. As I lift, and everybody's going to lift at a little bit of a different spot place here. You want to press into the elbow and the forearms and the hands as you come up. So whenever you're ready, belly button is in. Inhale. Good. Now I'm pressing into those arms and shoulders, or shoulders, but elbows. I'm going to take the chest forward a little bit, rolling my shoulders back. I'm looking forward. Now, energetically, they won't actually move, but could you think about if you were to move your elbows a little bit more towards your body, do you find just a little bit more of an opening in the shoulders and in that chest? Now, how high you come up again depends on your own back. So if there's any crunching back there, you don't want that. Try to relax the glutes here. Try not to hang in the shoulders. Really press up and out of there. How about I honor my inner knowing and trust my path? I honor my inner knowing and trust my path. Still want an expansion of the rib cage here. You can come out of here to crocodile at any time. We will go there after this. Notice if you're sinking. And if you are, can you press away? Let's take one more breath. Good. And then from here, we'll carefully come down. Make that little crocodile pillow. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. When you're ready, hands under the shoulders. We're going to press ourselves up. We're going to come to a seat. So I'm going to bring my folded blanket back in here. And I'm going to use it to sit on just because my hips are just a little bit tight today. And we're going to come to dragonfly, which is a wide legged forward fold. And I want that third eye connection here with this one as well. So I'm going to bring props in here to help me find that. So I'm going to bring in a bolster. And then I've got my trusty blocks here. Okay. So then when I lean forward, I've got, a prop here to be on my third eye. Okay. So from here, you remember, legs are not wide as possible. We want to give them a little bit of space to open up. We're going to try this one for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay. So from here, toes, knees, and hips face the ceiling. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, lean forward, nice long spine here, and then kind of find where you need your little adjustment. Now, as you become more open, you can start to change your props up here as well. So next one, do I have clarity of mind and thought? Do I have clarity of mind and thought? Turning to the breath, nice big expansive inhales, nice long exhales. Noticing what you feel, where the only wrong answer is pain. If you feel that, you want to back off. Also, numbness or burning, we don't want that either. When we're ready, gently walk the hands back up and carefully come back up to a seat. Good. So we're going to take this into half frog on each side. That's a little bit more relaxing than full frog for sure. So I'm going to move this bolster out of the way. I'm going to come back down onto my belly. I'm going to bring a folded blanket in here. I'm going to let that be a little bit more of a little head pillow here. And then I'm going to take my other blanket. I've got it folded about like this. And I'm going to start with the right leg first because that's going to be the side that's closest to you. Good. As I come onto the belly, I'm going to take this in here. I'm going to slide that right knee up. So I want this hip and knee to be in that relative alignment. Good. And then my ankle and my knee are in this alignment and the toe is pointing out that way. Now from here, I'm just going to be right here. Okay. And we're going to be here for about 3 minutes as well. So I forgot to bring my timer over here. So I'm trying to watch my watch here just a little bit. I'll probably just be right here. Good. So big, deep breaths. And I will give you this thought. I am insightful, intuitive, and imaginative. I am insightful, intuitive, and imaginative. So breathing and expanding. Always returning to, do I trust what I feel? So, what and where do you feel? And your next big exhale, could you soften anywhere a little bit more? Good. And then from here, good, just gently, gently, we're going to release this leg, taking it back down. And if you need to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here, you can. Notice how one side feels compared to the other. And then when you're ready, good, I'm going to take my hands under my shoulders and I'm going to set that up on the other side. So we're going to take that into the left side. Good. We're coming back onto the belly. Good. And whenever you're ready, good, I'm going to bring that left knee up in line with the hip. Can't really see that foot, but knee and ankle are in alignment. Toe is pointing out to the side. Good. Kind of wiggling around here, getting situated. Good. Upper body is a little supported. Head is supported here. 3 minutes. And what about I surrender control and allow the universe's loving presence to guide me? I surrender control and allow the universe's loving guidance, loving presence to guide me. Big expansive breath. Can you trust what you feel? Can you trust your intuition to let go and soften? And a nice long exhale. As I inhale, coming back to that violet hue, that amethyst purple. Allowing a deeper release on that next exhale. And when you're ready, go gently, maybe taking the hands under the shoulders a little bit as you adjust, taking that left leg long behind you, getting any little wiggle movement here, noticing how you feel on the side, hopefully a little bit more balance. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back onto our back, but I'm going to take a little bit of a prop first. So we're going to come to a supported bridge pose, supported bridge. So I'm folding my blanket like this, and then I'm going to fold it again. So this is actually going to be my supported bridge prop here. Now, if you've got a block day, you can also do that on the lowest setting or the medium setting, just so that both sits bones and the tailbone are supported. You could also stack two blocks, just like this as your prop. If you've got a bolster cushion or a pillow, you can put that under there as well as your prop. But I do want to move my head pillow out of the way for this one, because for me, it doesn't feel good on my neck when I'm in supported bridge to have something under there. So I'm going to press into my feet. I'm going to lift my hips. I'm going to take my prop right under that tailbone, and then I'm just going to let that settle down. Okay. Now, once I'm settled down, my feet are about hip width apart here. My feet are flat on the floor. And I'm going to roll my shoulders open, maybe arms come open a little bit. Just kind of find what you need here. And see if you can take a good round of about 8 to 10 big breaths right here. Now, at any time a supported bridge doesn't feel good to you, you can remove the prop and just come back to constructive breath. I can feel my body and mind with clarity. Trust my intuition. Could I soften somewhere? From here on the next breath, maybe take the feet a little bit closer, the glutes, feet are flat, press into the feet, lift the hips, remove any prop that you used for supportive bridge. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side, taking head and neck side to side. We're going to do one final twist here, supine twist. I am going to bring my neck pillow back in here. And I'm going to bring my bolster in here. Now you can also do this with that same folded blanket or a block. If that's what you've got, we're going to bend the knee and come over. And we want that to be supported. I'm going to use my bolster. Maybe I can use it with my foot. Get come up here. Good. Okay. So I'm going to start with my bolster on my left side because I'm going to twist with my right knee in. Right knee is going to come over. So from here, I'm going to bring my right knee into the chest. I'm going to give it just a little bit of a tug. Left hand on the outside of that right thigh. And then I'm just going to twist that towards the left. Good. So I've got a nice prop here that maybe this right shoulder is down, maybe it's not. So mine's almost there, but not quite. Good. And then you can just take your head and neck where it feels comfortable. So does it feel comfortable turning to the left? Does it feel comfortable being at center or to the right? Find where you're comfortable. And as you're here for a few breaths, maybe take your inner gaze to that third eye, to that sixth chakra, right between the eyebrows, at the center of the forehead. And then noticing what you feel and where you feel it. When you're ready, take the head back to center if it's not already there. We're going to gently, gently guide ourselves back to center. I'm going to bring that leg back in and take that foot back down. Good. Readjusting the hips a little bit if they weren't completely back to center when you did that. Just take the legs and arms long, just a little bit of a reset here. And then we'll take that to the other side. So now I'm going to bring my bolster over to my right side. Okay. I'm going to bring the left knee in. I'm going to give it a tug. And then I'm going to take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, taking that over into twist. Good. So this shoulder is down a little bit more than the other side. You might notice differences. Again, is it comfortable for you to turn to the left, keep it center, or turn it to the right? Take it where you need to take it. All answers I need, I see within me. All answers I need, I see within me. I trust what I feel. When you're ready, we'll take that head back to center. Not already there, gently guide back to center and pull that knee in just a little bit. Good. If you need to readjust the hips to take them back more center, do so. And reaching one more time, fingertips to toes. Good. And then from here, we'll take this into Shavasana. So I'm going to roll over a little bit to my side just so that I can set my props up a little more. So I love, love, love a bolster under my legs for Shavasana. And then because I've got extra props today, I'm just going to cover up my feet a little bit more there. And then I'm going to take my other right around the pelvis here. It's just a little bit more grounding. And then as I come here, I'm going to give you a moment to kind of sink and settle in. And then the final thought I'll give you here for your Shavasana today is I can see all things with clarity. My true power lies in the present moment. I can see all things with clarity. My true power lies in the present moment. Taking big, expansive breaths here as you sink in. Taking some deep breaths here. Noticing how you feel. When ready, gently take head and neck from side to side. Maybe a little movement of fingers and toes. Choosing stillness or gently shifting any props as needed. If you would like to bring the knees into the chest. And choosing your stillness, or again, shifting any props as needed to find a nice full length stretch from fingertips to toes. Okay, pointing and flexing through the feet, bending and stretching through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction and then in the other. And then once you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to the right or left side, the side that works best for you in this moment, taking all the time that you need right here. And careful not to get up too quickly, but we'll press ourselves up to a seat when we're ready. in your own time. And taking a moment, again, noticing how you feel. Palms turning up, inhale, reach, 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 touching palms together. As you bring them down, touch those thumbs right at the third eye one more time for good and true thought. To the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week ahead. May you always grow and trust your intuition. Namaste.